answer was. So the bottom line is no, Shedeur is not getting number one reps at all.
Just hours ago, Shedeur Sanders made headline news with a calculated public move that could reshape the future of the Cleveland Browns. His post declaring QB1 dream since 4 and the subsequent backing by his father have aligned with insider reports that place Sanders in line to start the final 4 games of the 2025 season.
Well, ever since Shedeur was elevated to number 2, we just assumed, like Dillon Gabriel before him, that he would be getting a few number 1 reps.
Recent reports have surfaced from multiple Cleveland media outlets indicating that the Shedeur Sanders situation with the Cleveland Browns has reached a potential turning point. According to Cleveland radio personality Tony Rizzo, 2 separate sources inside the Browns organization conveyed that the team intends to begin Sanders as quarterback in the final 4 games of the 2025 season, regardless of current starter performance. One source reportedly told Rizzo Shedeur will start the last 4 games of the season no matter what. Unless the Browns win every game through the Titans week, Shedeur will play the Bears, Bills, Steelers, and Bengals. At the same time, Sanders himself has taken to social media to signal his personal ambitions. In a post captured by Sports Illustrated, MSNBC, and other outlets, he referenced his vision of becoming the quarterback 1 for the franchise. The article reports his father, former Hall of Fame cornerback Deion Sanders, reacted to that post with a short message. Amen, son. This exchange, Sanders posting a declaration of intent and Deion responding publicly, adds context to the reports of the internal plan. Behind the scenes at the Browns training facility in Berea, Ohio, sources indicate Sanders has been ramping up his preparation. According to team coverage, he has been arriving early for film study sessions and working with Coach Kevin Stefanski in morning windows that are outside the typical team practice schedule. Coach Stefanski, however, maintains a more measured public stance. He confirmed that Sanders is still getting reps in a bunch of periods and clarified that Sanders has not yet taken first-team practice reps. The coach added that because rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel currently occupies the starting spot, the team wants to manage Sanders' development carefully. From a contractual and organizational perspective, the Browns invested in Sanders via their trade-up move in the 2025 NFL Draft. They selected him with the 144th overall pick in round 5 and signed him to a 4-year rookie contract worth approximately $4.6 million. Including a signing bonus of around $446,553. Upon his arrival in Cleveland, Sanders joined a quarterback room that included Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dillon Gabriel, and the recovering Deshaun Watson. His position on the depth chart at the start of the season was 3rd string behind Gabriel and Flacco, while Watson remained unavailable due to injury. The selection of Sanders represented a significant deviation from pre-draft projections. Leading up to the 2025 NFL Draft, many analysts projected Sanders as a potential top 5 selection. He completed 74.0% of his pass attempts for a Big 12 leading 4,134 yards and 37 touchdowns for the Colorado Buffaloes in 2024. His draft stock, however, experienced dramatic fluctuation during the evaluation process. Some scouts questioned his footwork mechanics, pocket presence under pressure, and decision-making against elite defenses. These concerns contributed to his unexpected slide to the 5th round. Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin met with Sanders during the pre-draft process in April 2025. Tomlin praised Sanders' toughness and competitive spirit publicly. There's a toughness there that doesn't get talked about enough. There's a competitive spirit there that doesn't get talked about enough, Tomlin said. The intangible qualities displayed on tape were impressive to me. Despite these comments, the Steelers selected Oregon defensive tackle Derek Harmon with the 21st overall pick in the 1st round. Sanders remained available through the 2nd and 3rd rounds. Pittsburgh passed on him again in the 3rd round, selecting Iowa running back Caleb Johnson at 83rd overall. Former NFL defensive tackle Chris Canty questioned whether passing on Sanders could become the biggest mistake of the Tomlin era. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a legitimate starting NFL quarterback on their roster. So it got me to thinking, Canty said on ESPN Radio's Unsportsmanlike in May 2025. If Shedeur Sanders starts the majority of the games this season in Cleveland, is not drafting him the biggest mistake in the Mike Tomlin era of Steelers football? Listen, if the Pittsburgh Steelers passed on Shedeur Sanders and he ends up being the franchise quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, a division rival, that is an absolute embarrassment. That is an embarrassment. The Browns' quarterback situation has created controversy throughout the 2025 season. Head coach Kevin Stefanski benched Flacco after 4 games in favor of rookie Dillon Gabriel. Flacco completed 58.1% of passes with 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions as Cleveland's starter. The Browns then traded Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals on October 7th for a 2026 fifth-round pick, sending a 2026 sixth-round pick along with the veteran quarterback. Following the Flacco trade, Stefanski named Sanders as the backup quarterback behind Gabriel. Shedeur will be the backup, Stefanski said on October 10th. Browns owner Jimmy Haslam had stated in July that he absolutely wanted both Gabriel and Sanders to play against live defenses if Cleveland's season became more about evaluating players than pursuing playoff success. The Browns opened the campaign with 4 losses in 5 contests. Sanders struggled in his final preseason appearance against the Los Angeles Rams. "I didn't know I was out," Sanders said after the game. "Yeah, I didn't know. I was on a bike. I was powering up. I was powering up for that 2-minute drive because that's just a situation every quarterback dreams for. That's many situations I've been in before. And I thought I was in, so then he told me I wasn't in, and I was like, okay." Stefanski defended his handling of Sanders' development. "I don't concern myself with outside types of things, but I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies," Stefanski said. "We'll continue to focus on getting our guys better. And that's what we'll stay committed to. And that's what's important to me." Stefanski defended Gabriel's performance, stating, "He's a tough kid. We've got to keep him clean. Obviously, when the game turns into how it turned, a 2-score game, you have to drop back, and that's a tough team to drop back." Versus, he kept battling. Wasn't for a lack of effort by him or by anybody. Made some plays, but we just got to be better. Reports from inside the Browns facility suggest Shedeur Sanders has outperformed Dillon Gabriel in several practice drills, with evaluators believing he would come out the winner if compared directly. Coaches reportedly want to see what he's got before the season ends. Deion Sanders, Shedeur's father and Colorado head coach, praised his son's mindset, telling CBS Colorado that Shedeur's doing good. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, he's doing good. He also told the New Heights podcast that he expects his son to get a shot with the Browns this year. Former NFL star Shannon Sharpe criticized head coach Kevin Stefanski for not giving Sanders playing time, suggesting the coach fears another Baker Mayfield-type situation in which a quarterback leaves Cleveland and succeeds elsewhere. "If you can't develop a quarterback," Sharpe said, "why care if he goes somewhere else and dominates?" A late-season opportunity for Sanders would mark a major turning point, signaling Cleveland's move from short-term survival to long-term rebuilding and giving Sanders his first chance to prove he can lead the franchise.
So Aaron Rodgers, as he has done so often through the years, extends the play, waits for the open man, finds him, and gives Pittsburgh.
Thursday night in Cincinnati became a history-making moment for Aaron Rodgers. The 41-year-old quarterback passed Pittsburgh Steelers legend Ben Roethlisberger on something no one expected. One 15-yard completion changed the record books. The moment came against the Bengals while wearing the same black and gold Roethlisberger wore for 18 seasons.
One-on-one coverage. Rodgers dancing, throwing from the inside.
Rodgers entered the Week 7 matchup needing 116 passing yards to surpass Roethlisberger's career mark of 64,088 yards. He reached the milestone at the 158 mark of the second quarter with a 15-yard pass to running back Jaylen Warren. The completion moved Rodgers to 64,089 career passing yards, placing him 5th on the NFL's all-time list. Roethlisberger had held that position since retiring at the end of the 2021 season. The achievement marks another chapter in Rodgers' 21-year career. He now sits behind only Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Brett Favre in career passing yards. Brady leads all quarterbacks with 89,214 yards. Brees ranks second, Manning third, and Favre fourth with 71,838 yards. Rodgers would need approximately 7,749 more yards to catch his former Green Bay Packers teammate Favre. Rodgers spent his first 3 NFL seasons as Favre's backup in Green Bay from 2005 to 2007. He then became the starting quarterback in 2008. He played for the Packers until 2022 before joining the New York Jets for the 2024 season. After tearing his Achilles in Week 1 of 2024, Rodgers missed virtually the entire season. He signed with the Steelers in the 2025 offseason on a 1-year deal. Roethlisberger accumulated his 64,088 passing yards over 249 games during his 18-year career with Pittsburgh. He never played for another franchise. Rodgers needed a few more games to reach the mark, entering his 252nd career game on Thursday night. Both quarterbacks represent the same generation of NFL talent. Roethlisberger was drafted in 2004. Rodgers was selected 1 year later in 2005. The Pittsburgh Steelers organization acknowledged the milestone on social media. They posted congratulations to Rodgers for moving into 5th place on the all-time passing yards list. The irony of the moment was not lost on observers. A quarterback from Roethlisberger's generation passed him while wearing the same Steelers uniform. Rodgers orchestrated Pittsburgh's 3rd opening drive touchdown of the season on Thursday. The team had 0 such scores during the entire 2024 campaign. On the opening drive, Rodgers connected with DK Metcalf for a 39-yard gain on 3rd and 1-1. He then found tight end Jonnu Smith for a 10-yard touchdown pass. It marked Smith's first touchdown of the year. The 4-time MVP showed he still possesses the arm talent that defined his prime years. Roethlisberger addressed the likelihood of Rodgers breaking his record during the offseason. "Good," Roethlisberger said during his Footballin' podcast, "records are meant to be broken." Rodgers had already passed former Los Angeles Chargers and Indianapolis Colts quarterback Philip Rivers earlier this season. Rivers concluded his career with 63,440 yards, placing him 6th all-time. Rodgers surpassed that mark during Pittsburgh's Week 3 road victory over the New England Patriots. He jumped from 7th to 6th, then from 6th to 5th in just 4 games. The 1-year-old also holds the 4th position on the NFL's all-time passing touchdowns list with 513 career touchdown passes. He trails only Manning, Brees, and Brady in that category. Earlier this season, Rodgers passed Favre for 4th place. Favre finished his career with 508 touchdown passes. At the time, Rodgers downplayed the significance of passing Favre and reaching other milestones. Rodgers has stated that the 2025 season will likely be his last in the NFL. "Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it," Rodgers said on The Pat McAfee Show. "You know, that's why we just did a 1-year deal. If Rodgers retires after this season, he will remain in 5th place on the all-time passing yards list. Moving up to 4th would require catching Favre's mark of 71,838 yards. That would necessitate Rodgers playing through at least the 2027 campaign. Rodgers entered the 2025 season ranked 7th on the all-time passing yards list. Through 6 weeks, he recorded 1,021 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He completed 68.8% of his passes. By the time Thursday's game ended, he had added 244 yards and 4 touchdown passes, though he also threw 2 interceptions. Rodgers ranks 1st among all active NFL passers in career passing yards. Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford sits 2nd among active players and 9th all-time with 61,493 yards. Stafford entered Week 7 trailing Rodgers by approximately 2,600 yards. No other active quarterback sits within 10,000 yards of Rodgers' total. Over his 21-year career, Rodgers has recorded 10 seasons with at least 4,000 passing yards. His career high came in 2011 despite missing 1 game. He finished that season with 4,643 passing yards, 45 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions. The performance earned him the first of his 4 MVP awards. He won MVP honors again in 2014, 2020, and 2021. Despite reaching the top 5 in career passing yards, Rodgers has never led the NFL in single-season passing yards. In 2011, he finished 5th. His closest attempts at leading the league came with 4th-place finishes in 2008, 2009, and 2016. Other quarterbacks posted higher yardage totals those seasons due to team passing volume and game situations. Roethlisberger won Offensive Rookie of the Year.